Hey guys, good morning. I know it's been a minute and I'm nervous. I haven't been on the camera in a minute. A lot of personal things have been going on, and so it's been tough. It's been tough, and I'll bring it up a little bit more in the future, but I thought I'd make a quick video. I haven't done videos in about a month, I feel like, and I really do miss most of you guys. I say most jokingly. I thought I'd make a quick one today on the reveal of the new car. So I went to a couple dealerships, checked out a couple cars, test drove a couple, was debating between a Lexus, and I actually talked to like 3 people. I was like, hey, can I check the car? Can I check the car? And I went to go look at the Lexus IS250. I found one for like a 2011 and also another one in 2012. And they just wanted a lot. I was not really happy with the price. I wasn't happy with the condition. One of them actually ended up not having like the correct mileage, so I ended up having to drop that one. Looked at like E90s. I found like a 328i I was interested in. It was a 2009. Drove it and was like, the price wasn't really all that great. I think they wanted about $10,000 for a 2009, 2011, I believe, with like 110,000 miles, and I just wasn't feeling that. I don't know. I like the E90, but body style is kind of getting old now, in my opinion, and unless you really modify it, and technology was not all that impressive either. I don't know. I test drove a lot of cars, and I looked at a few, and I finally found one, and this is it, guys. So, I know, most people are going to say, a 328i M? I don't know, Dom. Why'd you do it? Timing chain issues, filter housing gasket leaks. But, guys, the price wasn't too bad, and actually everything was done at the dealership. So, fortunately, everything came with the Carfax, everything came with the details, and like the owner of this car's brother was a master mechanic at BMW in I believe Van Nuys, and I mean, it was pretty clean. Now, is it perfect? No. There's a couple things that need a little bit of attention, but nothing too crazy. And overall, I only spent about $9,000, to be honest. I paid for the wheels and the roof rack, which I needed to keep, I wanted to keep, and that was just an additional $500 added. Right, so I'm gonna get to this portion of it, and I know I'm going to probably get roasted so far, but I've actually driven about 1,000 miles in this vehicle, and I've owned it for a couple weeks. I just haven't talked to anyone about it or said anything. I may have messaged a few of you just to kind of give you an update. So let's talk about some of the pros about this car. Some of the pros, in my opinion, is that I have so much technology in this vehicle that I wasn't really aware of. Like, all right, I'll show you for instance, okay? We'll come into the car. This is a 2013. So, mind you, I owned a Toyota Tundra first gen for the longest time. I've had fast cars too, but most of the cars that I had didn't have a lot of technology, and the M3s that I owned in the past were pretty bare bones. E46, E36, didn't really have too much. And then the Evo, literally nothing. There's nothing in the Evo. It's just manual transmission, a radio at best, some cool gauges, and performance. And so a totally different vehicle. So I'm really excited when I bought this vehicle how much technology there actually is. Other than like the TPMS, which I already told you guys about, it came with like navigation, which is great, right? So not out of nowhere, that's not crazy. It has radio, cool, telephone, which I love. It has my Bluetooth. There's also, like, if you connect your phone, it has some apps. If you have a BMW app, that also helps out too, which I love. But then, like, we go to the settings, right, and there's a heads-up display, which is pretty freaking dope. I never had a heads-up display before. There's information, there's time, climate, all that good stuff, right? Cool. There's an eco mode, which really works. I've been in cars where it says it has eco mode, like my roommate has the IS250, and it does kind of help a little bit, right? But this one really like turns off your throttle, freaking your transmission acts totally different. You could feel it, let me just tell you. All right. But the cool part about it too is like if you go into sports mode, right, it changes it too. So like if I go here, right, so let's go to sports mode, it'll ask you to put up this display and it'll show you these gauges, which I thought was pretty cool, that it came with like a 328. Again, I was like, all right, I mean, I know it's not that fast, we're talking like 240 horsepower. 0 to 60 isn't like anything to write home about, but I was happy. And like this guy added this Alcantara suede steering wheel, which I really like. It's just little, I don't know what the hell this is. And it has that typical E90 BMW door issue. But he originally had this like fake carbon fiber wrap all over the whole car. And to be honest, I didn't like it, so I just ripped it off. I was like, screw that. It looked cheap. It just didn't work with the car, unfortunately. And I think it looks way better without it. The interior to me is a big plus compared to my Tundra, compared to a lot of things. I mean, yeah, I mean, listen to that. Who doesn't love that freaking BMW sound? I like it. I don't know. I haven't heard it in a while, so let's just put this out and then go to reverse, right? Sorry, you guys can hear this. But look, there's like different camera views. Yeah, you see it? Look at that. I freaking love that. I can't believe this is in a 2013, so that's pretty exciting. I'll turn this off, sorry guys. But then there's this other setting, which has, look at that. Dude, it's exciting. There's like front, rear, whichever ones. That's, I don't know. One of the bigger pros that I bought this vehicle for was this. I love the freaking Thule bike rack. It just makes the BMW look way cooler. It just adds flair to it. Personally, I couldn't go without it. And it was a package deal, so he's like, hey, for 500 extra bucks, you get the wheels and the roof rack with the bike. I love the M bumpers. It has an M exhaust for a 328i, and then it has this carbon fiber diffuser. I have the original one, which is great, but I do like that replica carbon fiber one. I think it looks pretty good. Mud flaps, I kind of like. It did not come with the M brakes, which I'm okay with. I'm not really racing this vehicle, and in the future I'll probably get an M car again, but as a daily, this is pretty clean for me. This is just enough. Those are the pros. So the pros were the accessories. Another pro, I'd say black on black. It's timeless, it looks clean. All right, so again, why did I end up getting the 328iM? Personally, again, it was the warranty. It had SULIV. I was excited. I personally like the way the F body looks. Originally, I liked the E90 a lot more. But the more I saw the F body type, the more I really started falling in love. And the way that this guy had it set up, he had like a roof rack, he had the wheels. It did have a spoiler. I took it off though. It was kind of faded and not looking the best, so I ended up just removing it altogether. I think it looks way better without it. If I get a smaller spoiler, it'll look a little bit cleaner. But I thought the big spoiler it had was kind of two-boy racer. F-body is still modern. It looks clean. It has really good lines, especially black on black. I mean, you can't go wrong. It looks really good. 100,000 miles, but the warranty lasts up to 150,000 miles because of the SULIV. So I think that means that it's not the N20 and maybe the N26. I could be wrong. Please, I'm still trying to figure it out, but I like it. The gas mileage is pretty good. It gets about 26 mpg, which is pretty good. On the highway it gets around 30, and that's really why I bought it. I go to the office once in a while. I want to go to meets. I needed something that was pretty decent on gas. I've read a lot about too the automatic versus the manual, and I hear that the automatic transmission's better than the manual, so I'm also kind of happy that I kept it in automatic. I don't know if that's a con to most people. People will be like, hey, it looks sporty, you should have got a manual, but to be honest, I'm okay with a daily automatic, an 8-speed. I think when I get a real sports car in the future, where it's going to be strictly for performance, I'll most likely end up doing the manual. Eco mode, it feels like you're going so slow. It feels so slow, I'm telling you. But then when you go in like sport mode or sport plus, you really feel it. I mean, the torque is there, and I think at low speeds, at like low RPM to mid RPM, you feel that turbo and it feels fun. I know it's not fast. I've had fast cars before, like I said, and I think it's just right. It kind of surprises you. You don't really expect it, and I like that. And I'm not here to race anybody. I'm just here to look good, drive good, and have fun at meets and have fun with people in the car community. And I finally have something I can kind of enjoy and do. So I like that, and I like that it's still kind of modern. I took off the spoiler, and it has these marks, and I've been trying to get it off, but I don't want to scratch it anymore. So I had to get it detailed professionally to get that taken care of. The con is these tires need to be replaced. I just bought the car, but I didn't want the stock wheels, so I ended up buying these wheels that, you know, he threw in, which are used, and they're a little scratchy, and they're replicas, which I'm not happy with, but they look good, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, the tires need to be replaced. You know, $700, $800 just for tires. It's only the rears, but I might as well just do all of them. A little scratch. I mean, it's not perfect. The headlights need to be detailed or replaced. This freaking splitter and bumper's cracked, so that's annoying. I mean, again, guys, it's not gonna be perfect. Yeah, there's like little scratches, and it's almost a 10-year-old car. It's gonna have its issues, so I think that's the con is. It's just like the little dents and things that I need to fix and replace. Maintenance, I don't really know how it's gonna turn out. Pretty much we're at a clean slate. Everything was done a year ago, and I guess that is a pro, but it's also a con because it's really up to me to maintain and keep it up. And you know how BMWs are. I mean, 1 month they're really good, and then the next month it's like you got all these problems. And so I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous, but I know that I can do it and I can handle it. And luckily, you know, it's just a 328i, so it's not too crazy. It's a 4-cylinder turbo. It's under warranty. You know, I just need to make sure to do everything right and keep it up to date if I want to keep it under the warranty. So right off the bat, one of the problems that it came with, issue with the TPMS monitor for the wheels, which is fine. I'm going to replace the tires anyways. It is on some 19s, and it looks like replica M6 wheels, M5 wheels possibly. I'm not sure. I just thought it was better than the M Sport wheels that it came with. For the mirrors, which I thought was pretty cool. It also had these, I don't know what kind of splitter this is, but that's an issue too. It has a cracked bumper. I also really like that front license plate. It looks like there was a delete on the side markers. They're black, which is pretty cool. Has, like I said, little dents, little dings. I mean, it's 2013, guys. It ain't gonna be perfect. It's not amazing, brand new by all means, but with 100,000 miles and for $9,000 and still under warranty, the timing chain was adjusted or replaced. You know, the oil housing was done. There's an extra turbo. I mean, kind of the big things are taken care of. A lot of the valve gaskets were done too. It is pretty stiff on the road, but other than that, I mean, guys, I really like it. I don't know, there's so much going on. I wish I could tell you guys, and I will, but one day at a time. Anyway, I'm looking for a detailer. So that's one thing that I wanted to look at. There's a couple swirls, and I think it just needs a better job. I mean, I did it myself, but still, like, look at this. There's spots, there's like swirl city. That's the negative of the black. It gets super dirty fast. I had to go in. Please, guys, if you like this content, like, subscribe, and comment. I'll give you guys more information on the BMW 328 over my ownership. Sorry, guys, about the dog, but I gotta go. I'll see ya.